So in this problem, we need to find the value of this given expression, provided 1 omega and omega square are cube roots of unity. Now, if they are the roots of unity, so it must follow that the sum of the roots, this must be equals to 0, and the product of the roots, 1 times omega square, which is omega's cube, so this will be equals to 1. We'll use this two facts to find the value of this given expression. So let's begin. So here we have 1 minus omega plus omega squared, which can be also expressed as 1 plus omega squared, but we need minus omega, so we'll subtract 2 omega from it, raised to the power of 5. Similarly, for the second term, we have 1 plus omega. We have negative omega squared, but we'll make it positive omega squared and subtract omega squared, 2 times the omega squared from it, raised to the power of 5. In doing so, the sum of the roots will become 0. So we have negative 2 omega raised to the power of 5 plus negative 2 omega squared raised to the power of 5. Right. That means negative 2 raised to the power of 5. So this is going to be negative 32 omega raised to the power of 5 plus negative 2 raised to the power of 5. So this will become negative 32 times omega. We have omega squared raised to the power of 5. So the exponents will get multiplied to give us omega raised to the power of 10. That means we have negative 32. Now omega raised to the power of 5. Now we will use this fact to do what we can do. We can rewrite it as omega cubed times omega squared. It will mean the same thing. Minus 32 times, now we have omega raised to the power of 10. So 10 can be, okay, let me write it here. We have omega raised to the power of 10. So this will be also expressed as omega raised to the power of 9 plus 1. Using law of indices, we'll have omega raised to the power of 9 times omega raised to the power of 1. Now omega raised to the power of 9 is omega cubed raised to the power of 3 times omega. Now we omega cubed, that value is 1. So that means omega raised to the power of 10 is simply equals to omega. So we'll put omega here. And omega cubed, so this goes to 1. That leaves us with negative 32 omega squared minus 32 omega. Now if we take negative 32 as the common factor, so we have negative 32 multiplied to omega squared plus omega. Now, if we use this particular property, we have 1 plus omega square equals to 0. So that means omega plus omega square will be equals to negative 1. So this will be negative 32, and in place of omega square plus omega, we'll replace it with negative 1, such that our final result becomes positive 32. So this is going to be the value of this particular expression, which is 32.